Whether it's your local Waterstones or Foyles, bookshops are a commonplace on the British High Street. But something that's more unique, somewhat surprisingly so, is an LGBTQIA specific shop that caters for those forms of literature. Well, in York this month, just the third one in the UK has opened and is set to offer something totally new to the city. And owner Lally, who set it up, spoke about how it initially came about.
I'd always wanted to run a bookshop, and sci-fi and fantasy and LGBT things are sort of the two halves of my personality. So a chance came about, the shop was up and available for rent, and I decided I didn't want to never have tried, so it was time to go for it. So I just jumped in headfirst, and here we are. You've got Gaze the Word in London, who've been around for ages and are fantastic and were a big inspiration for here. And then you've got Category Is Books up in Glasgow, who opened I think last year, and they are the nicest people in the world, and they've made that a proper little community hub. So they also have been a huge inspiration, particularly for the upstairs room, where I've got free teas and coffees for anyone who needs to sit down.
Lally then spoke about the response it has gotten from the city and how it's been welcomed in.
The response I've had has been amazing. I started off at Pride with a stall, and loads of people came by saying how there wasn't really a space that was available, every day in the city centre. You've got Mesmac and Transmission as locations, but they tend to be hosting workshops and things, and very limited hours, and they're a bit further out. So I just wanted there to be somewhere that was somewhere to hang out, even if there's not something going on. So there are comfy chairs and things, and I'm doing my best to make it a really welcoming space. And I've had so many people who've come in and sort of visibly relaxed when they step in and they see their flag up on the wall somewhere, and they know that there is no pressure to buy something. They can just go upstairs and cuddle a gigantic llama and chill for a bit, knowing that whatever their orientation or gender identity or anything, I will welcome them.
Matthew is already a repeat customer and gave his thoughts as well, particularly on the eclectic selection of books on show.
It's great. It's a niche, that needs filling really, and I think I told them saying that there are only 3 sort of bricks and mortar LGBT bookshops in the country at the moment. So it's clearly something that's worthwhile doing. Yeah, absolutely. It's a lovely little space upstairs with the cuddly toys and the kind of just somewhere to just sit and quietly read, and it's been so busy in the shop. It's always nice. I was in the other day. We had some girls who came in from Chile, and they were just in York on a kind of language school thing, and they were so excited that they'd found this little shop. There's books in here that I would have never known existed, and all sorts of interesting stuff that I as somebody who wants to support the LGBT community while not being part of it, it's a great resource, and it's a good place to come. That there's little booklets on so what do all the words mean, and what are all these flags for, and that sort of thing. So it's great.
While it may be unique to the city, it seems the Portal bookshop could be set to become part of the furniture if the initial response is anything to go by. Lally is keen for the place to be welcoming to all, and perhaps also engage locals in the LGBTQIA scene as they bond over a cup of tea and biscuit kindly provided in the upstairs chill space. Rory Ward, That's TV.